Happy day after Christmas, Sooner Nation. Welcome back to the Sooner Surge, the podcast that tells it like it is. Here for a little softball update. Before we get started, hit the like, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications so you can be contacted and notified when we drop another video. Softball season's right around the corner. OU in the SEC, four-time defending champions, going for number 5, and some news today in the softball world for OU, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, per Softball America on Twitter, Nelly Mack has been named a captain, voted a captain for the Sooners. We'll see if there's going to be multiple captains, but it was announced through the tweet that Nelly Mack has been voted captain, also starting third baseman. I don't think anything's a surprise there. I think the interesting thing, Gasso's quote from this tweet was that she reminds her a lot of Sydney Romero. And very aggressive, fearless, and has been swinging the bat well at the plate. So there you have it. She'll be a captain this year, which talk about high accomplishment. I mean, as a redshirt freshman, to be voted from the team as a team captain is pretty crazy. So I mean, you're gonna have her there. I mean, she's a redshirt. You got a long time with her at third base. Kind of, if you want to look at it, I mean, Brito was there what 3 years, I believe. So you're gonna have Nelly Mack there now for multiple years. Just a great cornerstone to that team for sure.
This says a whole lot about Nelly Mack. To be so young, but have the respect to be voted as a team captain, and Patty Gasso, years passes, a lot of years has chosen one captain. This year, we'll see what Patty Gasso chooses to do. Last year there were multiple captains, but regardless if it's one captain or multiple captains, I look for it to be multiple because I think names of Ella Parker, Cassidy Pickering as well are going to maybe lead in that as well. But man, regardless, to be voted as team captain at such a young time in her career, yeah, no one's surprised that Nelly Mack was named as a starting third baseman. I think we all expected that. Had a great fall battle series at the plate, in the field. But wow, this is I think as an outsider within the program, just as a fan, this is exciting news for Sooner softball. She's got a great head on her shoulders. If you hear her speak, just and listen, Jay, this has been the question. Let's just be honest, Sooner softball fans. The question has been all offseason, who's going to be the leaders? They lost so many. Now the question is, who's going to be the leaders? We have one answered here in Nelly Mack.
Yeah, and you've kind of mentioned already, but she's the type of player that can do everything defensively, offensively, run, power. She's got it all. I think probably not. I don't know this. I'm just, she's the first one that we've heard about has been voted captain. Yes, there may be others. Who knows? But I think her vocal leadership skills, maybe something that people haven't really seen yet because she hasn't really played. But compared, I don't know, Ella Parker, maybe Ella Parker will be a captain, but for Nelly to be voted already, I think tells a lot about her leadership style and probably her vocalness. Patty mentioned her fearlessness. So all that stuff. We'll see, Jeremiah. I mean, you could go years past, like you said, they've had one, but then last year they had multiple. We'll see. Ella Parker and Cassie Pickering as true freshmen played huge roles in this team last year on the field. And I imagine they didn't have to be leaders off the field as much because who you had last year. But like you said, this year's a whole new ball game, and somebody's going to have to step up and be that. And there probably will be multiple, I would assume. But if not, I think they're comfortable with Nelly Mack. I mean,
let's not forget Nelly Mack was with this program last year. A lot of people think, man, they're going to give this to a freshman. Look, it's a redshirt. She's a redshirt freshman. She was injured. She has faced adversity. People might forget that when she came onto campus, there was high expectations from Nelly Mack. Had that injury, has battled back and is looking really strong this year. But same year as Ella Parker and Cassidy Pickering. So, I think it's interesting, Jay. Look, whatever Patty Gasso decides to do, it's again, we've talked about it. It can't question anything. And if there's one captain is Nelly Mack, obviously she sees something in her, and I think a lot of people do, and how she leads and how she performs and plays, and the mindset mentality that she's going to bring on the field. But yeah, Jay, other things that could happen. It's interesting that the position was named. I don't recall even last year at shortstop if that was totally announced this
Yeah,
early on.
a little different though when you look at the options. I mean, at third
Correct.
base, I think everybody thought it was going to be Nelly Mack, and yeah, there's a lot of other positions you could say are up for grabs, but not third base, and that's a cornerstone that'll be there for years. And it's such an important part of the defense. I think third base, the hot corner, man. It's look what Brito did, locking that down for the last 3 years or whatever. And so Nelly Mack's going to do that. And she had a really good battle series, yeah. I mean, really good fall ball. I think the sky's the limit for her this year. You look at Brito's numbers last year. I, I mean, I don't think there's going to be a massive drop off with Nelly Mack. I just don't. And I'm not in any way comparing her to Alyssa Brito. I'm just saying if you go by numbers, I think Nellie Mack's going to produce. I think she will, and I think she'll produce early and often. So this is great. And you know, really the big thing about this to me is softball's just around the corner. That's what you kind of get from this is starting to see some stuff now. Before you know it, they'll be playing real games there at Love's Field. So exciting times.
Yeah, and from an outsider, one who just uh, watches a lot of what's going on at OU, and been a huge fan of what Patty Gasso has done and this team has done the last decade or so that I've been watching. There does seem to be the way Nellie Mack carries herself, just to me, evokes leadership. And I can't wait to see on the field what that looks like in games, because it's one thing to do it, you know, prior to the season or in the off season or behind the scenes. But this team is going to be missing some very vocal leaders on the diamond. And who's going to be the ones that bring the energy and bring the other type of leadership, because they were different last year, Jay. Tiare Jennings brought a lot of energy, but not the energy that Jada Coleman brought. It was a
Hmm.
different type of energy, different type of leadership, of strength, and that's going to be fun to watch. I don't know about you. I know the football team plays tomorrow in Fort Worth in the Armed Forces Bowl, and then their season is concluded, and then it's officially softball season for a lot of fans. Basketball team is looking great right now on both the
Yeah.
men and women's side. A lot of things to be excited about for Sooner sports fans. And there's no other place to find content like we drop it here on the Sooner Search. So make sure you like and subscribe. It has been announced that Nellie Mack is the starting third baseman and voted as a team captain. There you have it. Thanks for catching this softball update. We'll catch you next time, Sooner fans.